WNBA finals, and so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. You know, I'm a human too. I have a family. I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments, and so all I'll say is just...
Hi, my dear viewers. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very special and exclusive video for you. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single second. So sit back, relax, and let's jump right into today's story. One of the biggest controversies in recent women's basketball has sent shockwaves across the sport, and the story is far from over. According to reports, this situation goes far beyond a simple fine or even a suspension. Multiple reports claim that 2-time WNBA champion, reigning MVP, and Las Vegas Aces superstar A'ja Wilson has reportedly been removed from her Team USA responsibilities. If those reports prove accurate, it would represent one of the most dramatic developments in recent WNBA history. According to the same reports, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert was forced to weigh the future of the league against its established hierarchy before making what has been described as a difficult decision. Those reports allege that an off-camera incident involving Caitlin Clark became the turning point behind that decision, leaving the league caught between one of its most accomplished veterans and its fastest rising superstar. To understand why this story has generated so much attention, it's important to look beyond the headlines and examine what many have described as growing tension within the WNBA over the past several months. According to these reports, that atmosphere began to shift shortly after Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA draft. Fans witnessed hard fouls, hit checks, and physical play that were frequently dismissed as simply "welcome to the league." However, sources cited in these reports claim that an alleged incident inside a tunnel following a recent game became the true breaking point. According to the reports, the confrontation extended far beyond verbal exchanges. They allege that Wilson became involved in a physical altercation that reportedly required security personnel to intervene. The reports further claim that video footage of the alleged incident was later delivered to league officials who reportedly feared it could eventually become public. According to those claims, the footage allegedly showed one of the league's biggest stars attempting to physically intimidate its newest superstar. Reports state that Commissioner Cathy Engelbert was then left facing an extraordinarily difficult decision. On one side stood A'ja Wilson, a player who spent 4 years in college, helped transform the Las Vegas Aces into a championship dynasty, guided the league through years of lower television ratings, and earned a reputation as one of its premier professionals. On the other side stood Caitlin Clark, a generational talent whose arrival has been widely credited with dramatically increasing television ratings, attendance, and commercial interest throughout the WNBA. According to these reports, once details surrounding the alleged tunnel incident, along with reported concerns from Clark's legal representatives regarding player safety, reached Engelbert's office, she was reportedly forced to make what many described as a significant business decision. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 93% of our viewers still haven't subscribed. It's completely free, only takes a second, and your support truly means everything to us. So, have you subscribed yet? If you have, thank you so much for your support. Now, let's get back to the video. The money was her choice, the future was her choice. According to these reports, protecting the league's future became the priority, and some now claim that decision came at the expense of one of its biggest stars. The details surrounding the alleged confrontation remain closely guarded, but new claims continue to emerge. According to insiders cited in these reports, the growing tension that had built throughout the season finally reached a breaking point. Reports suggest that A'ja Wilson had become increasingly frustrated with the constant media attention surrounding Caitlin Clark, despite playing some of the best basketball of her career. Some veteran players reportedly felt that the narrative crediting Clark with transforming the league overlooked the years they had spent building the WNBA. According to these claims, words about respect, paying dues, and who truly represents the league were exchanged during the alleged confrontation. The reports further claim the situation escalated after Clark refused to back down or allow herself to be intimidated. According to those reports, that alleged moment became the justification Commissioner Cathy Engelbert reportedly needed to take decisive action. However, supporters of these claims argue that this story extends far beyond a single incident. Many point back to the Team USA Olympic roster earlier this year. Fans remember the surprise when Caitlin Clark was left off the roster for Paris. At the time, officials cited experience, chemistry, and defensive concerns as the primary reasons. Yet, according to these reports, some now believe the decision may have been intended to avoid growing tensions within the team. The reports claim certain veterans did not want Clark joining the Olympic roster, possibly because they feared the media attention and spotlight that would follow. According to these claims, keeping Clark off the team may have delayed conflict, but it couldn't prevent it forever. Some reports now suggest that the chemistry concerns discussed publicly may have reflected much deeper divisions behind the scenes. They claim league officials feared a confrontation if Clark traveled with Team USA. While leaving her off the roster may have postponed those issues, the WNBA season eventually brought everyone back together. According to these reports, when that finally happened, the outcome became exactly what league officials hoped to avoid. A public relations crisis. Some now argue that the league is quietly acknowledging the Olympic decision may have been a mistake. According to these claims, the culture surrounding the national team was not prepared for the attention Clark would bring, but that same attention has now become central to the future of the sport. Now let's talk about the financial side, because professional sports ultimately revolve around business. Before Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA, the league was widely viewed as a niche product. It relied heavily on NBA support, attendance often struggled, and national television exposure remained limited. Then Clark arrived, arenas began selling out, television ratings climbed dramatically, charter flights became standard across the league, and the league's commercial value increased significantly. According to these reports, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert understands that if Clark were to suffer a major injury or become discouraged by constant physical play and choose a different path, the league's financial momentum could slow considerably. Sponsors could reconsider their investments, and future growth could be affected. According to these claims, any reported action involving A'ja Wilson would have been intended as a message that protecting the league's biggest commercial star had become a priority. The reported reaction throughout the basketball community has ranged from shock to disbelief and silence. Normally, many expected the WNBPA to respond immediately with statements or formal action. However, according to these reports, the public response has remained limited. Some interpret that silence as evidence that more information could exist, while others believe players already know what allegedly occurred and see little reason to address it publicly. According to these reports, veteran players throughout the league have become increasingly uneasy. Names such as Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, and Brianna Stewart have entered the conversation as many believe the league's long-standing hierarchy may be shifting, and that championships or years of experience no longer guarantee protection. If the league can reportedly take action against A'ja Wilson, and according to these claims, no player would be completely untouchable. The controversy has also created a major divide among fans. Longtime supporters of the WNBA argue that Wilson has been unfairly targeted after years of helping build the league, while many newer Caitlin Clark supporters believe stronger action has been overdue because of what they view as excessive physical play directed toward Clark since the beginning of her career. Social media has exploded with debates, criticism, and heated arguments. According to these reports, the controversy has grown far beyond one player and has developed into a broader debate about the future direction of the WNBA. Coaches have also found themselves under increased scrutiny. Throughout the season, Cheryl Reeve publicly questioned much of the attention surrounding Caitlin Clark and also played a major role in selecting the Olympic roster that excluded her. According to these reports, the commissioner's reported actions have now raised new questions about leadership within USA Basketball. Some believe those developments weaken Reeve's position and suggest league leadership may no longer have complete confidence in the current structure. There are even reports speculating that additional changes could still come if officials believe a broader cultural reset is necessary. Some observers believe the situation could eventually reshape American women's basketball. That also raises difficult questions for the Las Vegas Aces. The franchise has established itself as one of the WNBA's premier organizations, but according to these reports, uncertainty now surrounds its biggest star. Owner Mark Davis has long been known for valuing loyalty and stability. Whether he fully supports Wilson or aligns with what some describe as the league's evolving direction remains unknown. According to these claims, Wilson is an extremely competitive and proud player, and as she believes she has been treated unfairly, some speculate that a holdout or another major development could become a possibility.